So, 26. Does that A represent the amount of goals that we should have scored tonight? Absolutely. Or does it represent the amount of shots that we had in tonight's game? Not quite, that was 23. Does it then represent the amount of points that separate us from Real Madrid? Again, not quite, that's 11. 26 though is indeed the number of times this season we have hit the woodwork. Absolutely incredible. What a game tonight at the Camp Nou. Barcelona 4, Deportivo 0. Welcome here to Talk FCB. We are going to somehow find a way through all that action and dissect tonight's game. Coming up in this video, we have got mountains to discuss. So sorry for that slightly uncharacteristic opening to the video, guys, but tonight's game was absolutely mental. By all accounts, there was so many things that happened, so in advance, I really do apologise if I do miss out any big events that happened in that game, because it just seemed like from the very first minute, the very minute we were out of the blocks, we were straight on to Deportivo, there was things happening every single minute. There was so many times that we hit shots and should have scored. How Lionel Messi has finished this game without a goal, I do not understand. And as always, in nearly every one of our La Liga games, there is a very, very big decision which has been let down once again by the officials and by the lack of goal line technology in La Liga. But first, let's start, as we always do, with looking at Valverde's lineup. And one very positive fact, of course, is the fact that Busquets was left on the bench for tonight's game. A bold move from Valverde, but one that in hindsight now is very, very good. He will not miss the game against Real Madrid. He was rested. We don't have to worry about him being suspended. Now, Iniesta started the game. He was withdrawn after we were ahead in the second half, and he, on his return, was absolutely majestic. Paulinho got 2 tonight. Luis Suárez got 2 tonight, and we have recorded a fantastic victory at the Camp Nou. A very, very important 3 points. We are now 11 points clear of Real Madrid, 8 points clear of Valencia, and 6 points clear of Atletico Madrid at the top of the league. So a massive, massive win tonight. And Valverde elected to go with Ter Stegen, Roberto, Piqué, Vermaelen, and Jordi Alba. Rakitic was playing in Sergio Busquets' position. Paulinho and Iniesta in midfield, with Messi, Suárez, and Paco Alcácer starting as a 3. So from the start, we'd gone back to 4-3-3. One of the things I do want to mention, though, which I still don't really understand. Obviously, we mentioned earlier on this week that Sergio Roberto is indeed Ernesto Valverde's first choice right back right now. That's the player that he wants to see in that role, and Roberto was outstanding tonight. But Nelson Semedo tonight was not even in the squad. He wasn't just left out the team, he was actually in the stands watching the game, and he was completely left out altogether. So, like I say, I still don't really understand what's happened there. But in terms of this team, it started very, very well. Like I say, we got out the blocks quickly. There was a chance really, really early on for Lionel Messi, because from the start of the game, Iniesta actually lined up on the right of the midfield 3. He was actually to the right. Usually he's just to the left, isn't he? But he started on the right. He got the ball. It was a great ball across the box. Incoming was Messi, and he put his chance over the bar, and that really was a sign of things to come. We created so many chances tonight, and like I say, how Messi has not ended this game with a goal, or at least a hat-trick, is absolutely incredible to me. But we did start the game well. We had some good control in that midfield. Going back to 4-3-3, we looked very good. We looked very menacing. Suárez and Messi were combining really, really well early on. But around 23 minutes gone in that first half, Paco Alcácer went down with an injury that we now heard is going to keep him out for 3 weeks of action. So he went off, and he was replaced by not by Denis Suárez, but by Alex Vidal. He came on as a substitute and put himself on that right-hand side. And basically then, when Alex Vidal came on, we reverted to that sort of 4-4-2 formation. But tonight it was a different sort of variation on that. It was very flexible when we were going forward. And by the way, tonight, most of the time we spent in the opposition's half. But to be credit Deportivo, they actually came out tonight and tried to play us. They didn't just park the bus. They had a few counters. They had Lucas Perez up front, who was dangerous and in behind, and they were trying to get in behind. Credit to them, they did try and play, but we really did expose them going the other way. Vidal and Roberto down the right-hand side caused problems. Iniesta then went back over to his left-hand side, and he combined really well on the left-hand side with Jordi Alba, like he always does. And the goal did not take long to come, just before the half-an-hour mark, and it did come through that man, Luis Suárez. And it was absolute magic from that man, Andres Iniesta. And he was on the pitch for around 55 minutes, Iniesta, on his return from injury. He's only just got back. He's been out for 1 or 2 weeks, and he was absolutely majestic. There was little touches. You know what Iniesta can do, and every time he's on the pitch, every time he's in this kind of mood, he reminds you of that incredible player that he is. And it was that fantastic assist that made the first goal. It was from a corner. Deportivo were trying to rush out. They were trying to push up and catch players offside. Iniesta used that vision. precision, pinpoint accuracy. He picked out Lionel Messi, one of the few players that was onside. Messi brings the ball down. It's a fantastic first touch on his chest, and he simply lays it off to Luis Suárez. Really, really unselfish play. Suárez has got a simple tap in and a really important first goal for us. And from then, we were very comfortable. As soon as we got that first goal, we were cruising, we were dominating the game, we were creating chances, and then just before half time, we made it 2-0, and it was through Paulinho. But obviously, the move once again starting with Iniesta on that left, with Jordi Alba is involved, Lionel Messi eventually getting the ball. He goes in on goal, has a shot, it cannons back off the post. One of the first times that night that Messi had hit the post again, that was a sign of things to come. But Paulinho was there following in, an easy tap in for him, 2-0 Barcelona before half time. And I haven't even spoken, in amongst all that, of the glaring decision in that first half when Luis Suárez was clearly not deserving of not getting a goal. It was clearly over the line. It wasn't as clear as Valencia, it wasn't as clear as Real Betis last season, but Suárez goes in, and you can see from the pictures here, it was over the line. And once again, you can't really blame the officials. It was a difficult one to see, but the people that I do blame is La Liga. They cannot be allowing this to go on. There should be a simple technology, as there is in every major league, that would give you the correct decision instantly. They do not have the technology, and whilst they don't have the technology, mistakes like this will keep being made, and mostly, let's face it, at our expense. And again in that second half, we came out the blocks really, really quickly, and the one thing that I really liked tonight, especially with El Clasico just round the corner, was the intensity in our game. We didn't just hold off, we didn't just stroll around the park, we weren't conserving energy. We've got a week or so now, 6 days to go until the El Clasico game, so we didn't need to rest ourselves here. The players were relentless, they had a really good attitude tonight. Before the game I spoke about not being complacent, not, taking this game for granted, not thinking about El Clasico, and credit to them tonight, they really, really didn't. The players that were out there, they were full on, they were going for it, and they played really, really well in front of goal. We could have had a lot more goals. We were not clinical in front of goal tonight. Messi was not clinical, but in general, it was really, really unlucky, because the performance from Messi, performance from others, was really, really impressive. The third goal came though from down the right hand side. Sergio Roberto got played in down that right, and I cannot explain how good this ball is. Sergio Roberto doesn't even take a touch. He simply watches it come onto his right foot. He caresses the ball around the box. It is a stunning ball that is literally served on a plate. It is a fantastic ball across the box from Roberto into the path of Luis Suárez, who again doesn't even blink, bullets it into the back of the net. Really good finish from Suárez, and I'm really so happy to see him scoring those type of goals. You can say with Suárez, oh, it's just a tap in, but you know that he can miss those at times. And even in the second half, there was a chance where he was in on one-on-one with a keeper. He went to go round him and it didn't happen. So when you see Suárez scoring those type of goals, that can only be a good thing, and a really good finish it was from an excellent Sergio Roberto assist. Going forward tonight, Roberto was really, really impressive. We didn't have too much to do defensively, so he wasn't really tested in that right back area, but going forward, we know how good he is. We know how well he can pass the ball. Around the 56-minute mark then, André Gomes came on for Iniesta. Valverde again with a good decision to rest Iniesta, bearing in mind that obviously he hasn't long returned from that injury, so a really good decision there to rest him. When he went off though, we did lose an element of control. From then on, it was absolute chaos. That's exactly what it was. It reminded me of Luis Enrique, and a lot of people obviously look back on Lucho's time at the club as not a great one, but I disagree with that. At times, I find Luis Enrique's football really exciting, and that's what it was in that second half. Even though there wasn't a lot of control, in a game like that against Depor, you don't really need it all the time. And the last half an hour, we just went gung-ho, and we were just blitzing them in the final third. We were getting there with Messi and Suárez. They were combining, they were playing 1-2s, they were making runs off each other, and it was really exciting to watch. Messi then got a penalty. We should have had another one as well before that. Luis Suárez was taken down in the box before this one. It wasn't given, and with 20 minutes to go, Suárez once again fouled in the box. This time it was given from the officials, and Messi stepped up to take the penalty, and you thought, finally, this is the moment that Lionel Messi is going to actually hit the back of the net and get the goal that he deserved, because before that, he was hitting the post left, right and centre. There was a free kick about 30 yards out. I'm not even joking. It was a long way out for a free kick. Messi takes it on with his right foot, curls it round the wall, smacks the base of the post. Really, really unlucky. And from that resulting play, again, he's got it on the edge of the box. He has a shot that goes narrowly wide, and he was so unlucky tonight. I cannot stress you enough, and that's why I feel sorry for the people who maybe don't even watch this game. Rival fans, they won't even watch the game. They'll simply look at the scorers and they'll go, oh, Messi didn't do much tonight. Absolute rubbish. He was involved in everything. He took part in all the plays. He was incredibly unlucky tonight not to score. Messi missed a penalty. What I'll say about that is, though, it's a very good save from Ruben, but he's about a mile off his line. As a goalkeeper, from a penalty kick, the rule is you have to stay on your line. You cannot move off your line to save it. He does do that. He clearly moves away from his line, and by the rule book, that penalty should have been retaken from Lionel Messi. But 25 minutes from time, we have now realised who Paulinho's favourite teammate is. It's not Messi, it's not Suárez, it is one of the Camp Nou posts. Once again, he got a brilliant assist from the post. It was Jordi Alba this time going in on goal. Alba takes a shot, goes to the near post, it cannons off the post, but who is there again? His favourite friend, Paulinho, coming in, ghosting in. Another tap in for him, he will certainly take it. 2 goals for Paulinho on the night. That's our 4th goal. That's the game well and truly done. But like I say, so many moments tonight, really close attempts. Messi deserved a goal, but tonight was absolutely exhilarating. I am absolutely exhausted having to describe it to you guys. What I would suggest you do, if you haven't seen tonight's game, please go and sit down and watch it. It was an exciting game. It was end to end at times. It was open in the second half, but we created a lot of chances. We had loads of efforts on goal. There was some brilliant goals. There was some fantastic assists. The post was involved in nearly everything we did. But ultimately, guys, a very comfortable win tonight, 4-0 on the night. We go into El Clasico on really, really good confidence. We've extended our lead at the top. We've won once again, and I'm really positive going into next Saturday against Real Madrid. We can do this. We're steamrollering our way to the league, and I still don't think we've hit top gear. We've still got Dembele to come back. We've still got Umtiti out injured. We've still got another gear to go to, and that in itself is very, very exciting. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I'm sure you've got lots to discuss from tonight's game. I will look forward to hearing that. But until next time, as always, Vesca El Barça! 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 Barça!